Shalom. The title of this video is You Shall Keep the Shabbat Forever. And I had to title this one Keeping the Shabbat Forever because it's funny how when you think about it, people think that his laws and statutes are done away with, including the Shabbats. They believe that, you no longer have to keep the Sabbath day, and it doesn't matter, what day the Sabbath is. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show that his Shabbats is everlasting, it's forever, and we are to keep them forever. The first scripture I'm gonna go into is Exodus 31. I'm gonna read a part of 14 and verse 16. It says, "And ye shall keep the Shabbat therefore, for it is Kadash unto you." So here we're being told once again that you shall keep the Shabbat, and it's Kadash to you. And this is the day that he set apart. This is the day that he Kadash, and he gave it unto us. Verse 16, "Wherefore the children of Yasharal shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant." So here we're seeing that the children of Yasharal shall keep the Shabbat, observe the Shabbat throughout their generations for perpetual covenant. Now the Hebrew word there for perpetual is the Strong's H5769, and the Hebrew word is Eulam, which means, listen at this, forever, everlasting, always, indefinite, unending future, eternity. So this is what we should do with the Shabbats. This Shabbat is forevermore. It's everlasting. It's indefinite. Unending future. Eternity. Even throughout eternity, Shabbats will be kept. So how is it that we come to the conclusion that it's done away with or no longer needed? The next scripture is Leviticus 24:8. "Every Shabbat he shall set it in order before Yahuah continually, being taken from the children of Yasharal by an everlasting covenant." So here we go again with the Strong's 5769. Eulam is the same word that was used in Exodus 31 and 16. It's everlasting, eternity, always, forevermore. This is what this means, and this is what he gave, and this is what he meant for it to be, an everlasting covenant. The next scripture I'm going to go to is Numbers 28 and 10. It reads, "This is the burnt offering of every Shabbat, besides the continual burnt offering and his drink offering." So on the Shabbats, the Levites, every Shabbat, there was burnt offerings that was given on the Shabbat. And this was done continuously. That's why it says every Shabbat. Since the Shabbat is continuous, then this burnt offering was continuous on every Shabbat. The next scripture is 1 Chronicles 9 and 32. "And other of the brethren, the sons of the Kohathites, were over the showbread to prepare it every Shabbat." So here we have the sons of the Kohathites. They prepare the showbread every Shabbat, and it's continuous. It does not end. It's, as it says, throughout eternity. So you must ask yourself, how is it that we got this false teaching that is done away with? And his Torah is the same way. It's forever. It's everlasting throughout eternity. And this is Jubilees 2, and I'm going to read 1, then verse 17 And then I'm going to read verse 32 and 33. Jubilees chapter 2 and 1. And the angel of the presence spoke Moshe, saying, the word of Yahuah, saying, write the complete history of the creation, how in 6 days Yahuah Elohim finished all his works and all that he had created, and kept Shabbat on the 7th day. And this is, of course, goes right along with Genesis. 6 days he created the heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested. And he kadashed it for all ages. Okay, this is the meat of it. He set it apart for all ages. All ages is without anyone. It's including everyone and throughout eternity. And appointed as a sign for all his works. I'm going to jump down to 17. It says, and he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath day, that we should work 6 days, but keep Shabbat on the 7th day from all work. So we're being reminded here to keep the Shabbat and to not work. On the 7th day we should keep from all work, any type of work. Now I'm going to go down to 32 and 33. And the creator of all things blessed this day, which he had created, and for a blessing and kadosh and splendor above all days. So this day he barak that day above all days. He set it apart. Again, I explained to you in the other videos that most days are ordinary days, but this day is above all days. And I'm going to read verse 33. This law and testimony was given to the children of Yasharah as a law forever unto their generation. This law and this testimony that was given to the children of Yasharah, it was a law that was given forever, forevermore. Again, all throughout eternity. Now, Isaiah 66 and 23. It reads, and this is showing throughout all eternity. This is a 1,000-year reign here. And it reads, and it shall come to pass from one new moon. Okay, this new moon here, many people think this is the moon in the sky. It has nothing to do with the moon in the sky. If you look up the Hebrew word that's used there, that Hebrew word is the H2320, Kadash, and it means new month. It means monthly. So this is what it is. The word for moon, the moon in the sky, is the H3394, and it's Yarak. That's the moon in the sky. And you can look in Genesis and creation where it's talking about the moon, and you will see that word there in Hebrew. So it says, came to pass that from one new month to another, and from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said Yahuah. So here we see in the 1,000-year reign. And from one new month to another, and from one Shabbat to another, all flesh shall come and worship before him. Here people are still honoring the Shabbat. Why? Because again, it's everlasting. It's throughout all eternity. And this is the focal point of this particular video. You shall keep the Shabbat forever. It's everlasting. And we shall not turn from it from the left nor to the right. But this Shabbat, it will be kept throughout eternity. Whether it's kept by you or I, it shall be kept throughout all eternity. Those that do not keep the Shabbats, I'm gonna just say this, it won't be good for them, and I'm gonna go over that probably in the next video. So Watch out for the next one. Shalom.